Are you getting the most out of your practice sessions? Would you like to get more results in less time? Then this video is for you.
Music Online UK.
In answer to the question, what makes an effective practice session, there is of course not one simple answer, but the following tips will help you get the best from your time. Firstly, scales and other exercises are probably a good idea to warm up with, and once they are known, they don't take that long. Not only do they warm up your muscles, but they are a good basis to build your technique for playing pieces. To go through every scale for your grade every day should take from 5 minutes at grade 1 to half an hour at grade 8. Many students will spend most of their time on pieces, and if time is short, the other aspects such as scales and sight reading get pushed to the end and rushed or even forgotten. Is it any wonder that sight reading is the weakest area for a majority of people? Admittedly, if you're learning a new piece, then by definition there will be some sight reading involved. But very often this kind of sight reading is very tentative, with a poor sense of pulse. Even with a new piece, try to keep the flow going, playing slowly with a metronome to force you to keep in time. From my own experience, I also was not so good at sight reading, but this skill improved greatly when I was forced to do it on a regular basis, like playing as an accompaniment for school assemblies every morning. Trust me, if you practice it, it will improve. Now let's talk about everyone's favourite, the pieces. How much time should I spend on each piece? Well, for me to prescribe a set time for a particular grade misses the point. Rather, for a perfect practice session, you should set yourself a goal for that session. By all means, play through once some of the old stuff that you have already learned, just to keep it ticking over. But spend 90% of your time achieving a specific goal for that day. For example, you might want to increase the speed of a particularly tricky 4-bar section using a metronome. Your session can be described as effective, not dependent on how many minutes you spent, but on whether you achieved your goal for that day. Also, it might be a good idea to split your day's practice into a couple of sessions. Sometimes, after a period of time, our muscles and also our concentration need a break to work at optimum level. If you are getting to a point of frustration where you can't achieve what you want, stop and come back later refreshed and calm. Secondly, may I recommend what I consider to be the quickest way to learn, for example, a grade 8 piece in just a few days, and that is with a metronome. Let the metronome be your new best friend. Obviously, there comes a point you need to wean yourself off this tool so as to play musically and not mechanically. But for learning technically difficult passages, especially fast ones, it is highly effective. So now I have a challenge for you. I want you to write in the comments below what your goal is for today's practice. So don't be shy. Share your goals for your practice session today and maybe inspire someone else in the community. And as you're writing that comment, I want to share with you a notice that was put up in my local gym. Now, although this notice was regarding physical training, the principles still apply to musical practice.